going to give a second reply to Paul Thorpe because, having worked in the great state of Maharashtra, I didn't do my little Indian flag thing in Speaker's Corner just because I was bored one day. Maharashtra's into bad. This sort of shit doesn't go on in Maharashtra. Now, the thing is, you guys on your channels need to get over the fact that we have imported literally millions of people from our former colonies. And by the way, I think in our schools, we should celebrate the good things about the British Empire. We should celebrate, for instance, the fact that William Wilberforce, who was a Christian, by the way, not a Bobite, a Christian, he advocated for the end of slavery. Unfortunately, we then went selling drugs to the Chinese, and they haven't forgotten, by the way. It's all right, Keir Starmer going to China. That is a colonial wrong. So yeah, I'm all for discussing colonial wrongs, but what do you do about them? You apologise for it, you move on. I don't know whether Britain has for that. But getting back to this issue of safeguarding, I've had this conversation with Wendell. We need to realise the world's changed, Paul. When you and I were kids, I grew up near Epping. And basically, you could go roaming in the forest, you could run away from home and spend quite a long time in the forest. Things were, as you say, we were told not to talk to strangers. But generally, things were okay. As long as you were in a group of children, you were okay. So as a practical element, number one, children should never go running around on their own. Now, they don't do this in their safeguarding lessons. We need to get parenting. Now, of course, it is sad that we have to talk like this. Number one, parents are responsible for their children. If parents are not responsible for their children, they will come to harm. And this is the whole problem with the culture, and this is where you guys get to, Lefty, all of you, is that parents should know where their children are at all times. Children should also know that if basically there's a group of them, that generally they will be okay. So we need to look at removing some of these ridiculous safeguarding things, which are actually more like socialist indoctrination. But we also need to make it clear that parents are responsible for their children as soon as they leave school. And by that, children nowadays, sadly, should not be on their own walking back from school. So that is the responsibility of the parents, no other. Now, you're going to turn around and say, and there's going to be comments on this video, that's the way Indian parents are. Indian parents in Maharashtra, in Mumbai, knew where their children were all the time. There was also a community in Chembur, Maharashtra. Again, if parents knew their children were with a group of children, it was okay. The days of basically saying to your child, okay, it's 3 o'clock, go off and wander, you need to basically make sure that now it is unsafe for a child on their own. Look at the poor 12-year-old boy who got stabbed by a 14-year-old who didn't even know them. It's scary. By the way, I think there are things we can do in our schools, like metal detectors for a start. The child can bring their phone. The child brings their phone. I mean, children do need to bring their phone to school. I mean, the thing is, why don't we actually get real tough on the parents? I mean, a Nokia phone is what, 20 quid, 10, 20 quid? Don't bring smartphones to school. Yeah. Don't like it? Tough shit. Yeah. You take your brick phone. It has your name on it. You keep it in your pocket, switched off. If it goes off, confiscated. It's quite simple. It's quite simple. And then in your bag, there should be no metal. It's really flippin' simple. Where I'm at the moment, if I've got a bag, I put the bag through a radar thing. We are on the verge, I would say, of another major terrorist attack. Well, the same shit will be trotted out. Oh, it's got nothing to do with religion. Well, it will have everything to do with a very perverted view of a religion, and I don't get into that on this channel for various reasons. So, in terms of practical measures, we need to be starting to lobby. And I think I might actually join reform. I know you guys don't like reform. I'm thinking, well, we need to have some practical insight into what to do. And one of the things is telling the teaching profession that basically, here are your books, here's your syllabus, here's your lessons. And if you don't like it, Foxtrot Oscar. Yeah, it's as simple as that. I am sick of watching. And the thing is, there's been a lot of news going on since January. A lot good news. I mean, I'm hoping and praying that basically Trump sorts the IRGC out. I really do. I think people may have jumped the gun a bit there. And by the way, my thoughts and prayers are with Maya Tosi at this time, because even though I don't agree with him, the IRGC will want to take him out, and Goldie. And by the way, tell him that Goldie is a much better articulator of the right-wing cause than he is. So this is all very, 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 very sad. It's like, I mean, I'm looking at a snowstorm, but basically, other than that, things are okay. But you get these leftist teachers everywhere. I mean, I'm actually teaching. I'm actually teaching Russian kids at the moment who've had to escape Russia. It's quite interesting because of their rules and regulations. But unless we sort out our schools, the country is doomed. We need a new safeguarding policy, and that involves the parents taking responsibility. If the parents don't take responsibility, who does? Sadly, a lot of these tragic incidents would not have happened if the parents had told their child not to be going round alone. I know it's sad in this day and age. I know it's sad to have to say that, but it is no longer safe. And then in schools, we have got to get tough on this knife crime business. And again, it's not difficult. No smartphones, no ifs, no buts. You get a tiny little Nokia. If you don't like it, lump it. Yeah. Number 2, we make parents well aware that as soon as their child leaves the school, they should not be running around walking alone. If they are cycling, they should have friends. If they don't have friends, okay, make some. Or get a car and meet your child at school. It's as simple as that. We also need to redesign the curriculum. We need to remove any teaching of gender. We need to do quite a lot. This is now at an epidemic proportion. The knife crime can be at least sorted by making sure that children take no metal to school. Really simple. Instead of paying for all these, zombie safeguarding officers, we need to basically train all teachers in reporting child abuse to proper authorities. I mean, the other thing is social services need total, utter reform. They are leftist hacks. They don't like it if you've been to a great country like India. They start casting all kinds of dispersions on you, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, in India, for instance, gambling is illegal. I don't gamble. India is a fantastic country. We need to start realizing Britain is multicultural and that most of those cultures are actually okay, especially India. So anyway, I'm going on about it a bit. It's extremely sad seeing all this crap coming from England. But video 3 could be an attack on the International Baccalaureate, which that could come to haunt me. So I need to think carefully about doing one like that. But it's got leftist woke crap in it, so I might actually do one. But I'm going to have to prepare for that one. Because, I mean, in the woke International Baccalaureate, I mean, they should stop calling it international. They should call it the WB, the woke baccalaureate. I mean, that's where you get this trans ideology shoved down your throat. You get historical revisionism shoved down your throat. You get the blatant leftist indoctrination of kids. I mean, now in the business management course, it's all NGOs, it's all social this, social that. I mean, it's just a load of, there's this leftist slant to it. So I think one of my sort of wider aims, and this course, by the way, is really not liked in North America, is that for there to be some kind of proper US certified rival to the IB that doesn't get into controversial issues. And there should be no controversial issues. Can you read or write? Can you do science? Humanities is where the problems set in. And of course, now our humanities are just a joke. Anyway, got a bit of tactical analysis on the match of the day, so I better get back to that.